Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we are doing live swatches of Polish Pickup for March 2021. The theme is spring, birds, bees, and butterflies. I'll have the availability and the links for sales info down below for you. And we are just going to get started. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. So we are starting out with one of my favorite brands, Serum number 5. And this one is called Itty Bitties. So I didn't have a lot of information on the composition of the polish, but it is going to be $14 with no cap. I would say that it's a silvery gray with like just a drop of taupe. And I feel like that's what really made it stand out from the polishes that I'm used to. I do love silvers, but I tend to get bored with them easily. And the fact that this one has just like that little bit of something extra really did it for me. But then again, glow in the dark. I mean, come on. I love glow in the dark. Next up is MJ Lacquer. This one is a trithermal. So, sorry, I'll get into the details. It's called Spread Your Wings and Fly. This one is going to be $12 and the cap on that is $150. It's described as an orange red to yellow trithermal base with copper red, gold, orange, and green iridescent flakes, gold microflakes infused with red to gold aurora shimmer, and sprinkled with spring green micro glitter. How gorgeous is this polish? I'm really excited because it just reminds me of fire and I love it, and I will show you guys the transition a little bit later when it's easier for it to show up on my camera. Next up is Dreamland Lacquer. This one is going to be $12. The cap is to be determined, so I will put that down below as soon as it's ready. This one is called Sinai Rosefinch, and it is described as a hot pink jelly base with pink to gold iridescent flakes and holographic microflakies. So, you all know how I feel about pinks, but extra bright and super sparkly pink completely blew my mind. I was so hyped to try this one because I got it when I got the February PPU and I could not wait to wear it, but I made sure I waited until spoilers came out. But I hope you guys are liking this one as much as I did. Next up is Different Dimension, and this one is absolutely beautiful, but I will go ahead and just try to be intelligent with it. This one was inspired by the Marpesia butterfly, I believe. Antisocial butterfly is going to be the name, and it's described as a violet jelly polish loaded with orange to red to green aurora shimmers and holographic microflakies. This one's $12 with no cap, and it is absolutely stunning. I mean, this is a winning month for real when it comes to PPU. And Different Dimension is going to be offering a cuticle oil in lilac and gardenia. That's going to be $7 and no cap. It's not pictured because I don't have it yet, but I did want to do just a quick comparison of the polishes that I have so far so that you all can look and see that beautiful, vibrant amount of different colors that are coming out this month. I'm so excited, but we are not done. So next up is Bee's Knees Lacquer, and this one is called a lion with a thorn in its paw. It was inspired by Songbird from BioShock Infinite, and it's going to be $13 with no cap. So this one is described as a cornflower blue with an orange to gold to green shimmer and hollow flakes. I'm so amazed by those hollow flakes. Like, I can see the blue, I can see the orange, I can see the green, but the hollow flakes just make it glow from every angle. And I am about that glow. It's simply beautiful, and I don't feel like I could have asked for anything more in this polish, so that's what really makes it work for me. I could not take my eyes off of it because I liked when the colors would shift. But we are not done yet. We still have KB Shimmer, and this one is called With the Band. It's going to be $11 and no cap. With the Band is described as a deep navy blue jelly nail polish, and it has bold color shifting flakes that mimic the feathers of the Nicobar pigeon, with hues of red, orange, yellow, and green showing as you change your view angle. At certain angles, hints of aqua come out to play, especially in lower lighting, which will ultimately show off the flakes the best. So 2 to 3 coats for this one, but I am amazed at how beautiful it is. And at first I thought it looked like Momentai from a previous PPU release, but Momentai was more indigo with like a little bit of purple in it. If I have time permitting, I will try to compare those for you all because I like this one for a blue, and I am still ready for more of those flakes. And then that's Bee's Knees and KB Shimmer side by side for your comparison enjoyment, because I have to. And then I also kind of thought that Different Dimensions and Bee's Knees were going to be similar, but they're really not. So I thought I'd throw in this quick comparison so that you all could see that Different Dimension is way more purple and Bee's Knees falls more on that blue side. And that will help you justify if you really wanted them both. And then I had a little bit of a later arrival, but just in time for me to make this video. This is Red Eyed Lacquer's Crazy Over Daisy. So, of course, this was inspired by Daisy Duck, and I'm showing the description is a lilac base with silver magnetic pigment, pink to purple shimmer, and teal holographic UCC flakies. This one is going to be just $12.50 with a cap of $200. And of course, I am loving it. So in the bottle, it's got this, you can see that teal holographic UCC flakies, but you can really see that magnetic through it. And I love that it comes off as like almost a teal shimmer in the bottle. So on the first coat, it's very delicate and sheer. So if you're looking just for a little bit of sparkle or shimmer and a little something extra, you can actually use it as a topper over a similar color. So I'm always a fan of double duty polishes. It makes me happy. As for my magnet, I like to hold it over my nail for a minimum of like 60 seconds, which it's not really 60 seconds. It's just me counting to 60. And sometimes I will just like skip numbers. So then I'm like counting to 65 because I'm doing other things and I'm not concentrating. But I do recommend when you're applying magnetics using your magnetic stick on each coat, and even when you apply your top coat, just to make sure that your line stays. I personally prefer mine to be a strong line with fuzzy edges. So towards the end, I move it a little bit away from my nail just so that I can get a fuzzy line. But that is Crazy Over Daisy. And we have one last item by KB Shimmer, but this polish is not a KB Shimmer polish. I know I just swatched What the Fudge, but this is not What the Fudge. This is from that video. See the label, it says basic training, it's a base coat. Remember that video where I transplanted a broken polish into one of my empty polish bottles and all I had was the empty base from basic training, and I guess all of that exposure to air, it allowed me to swatch the polish, but it kind of made it goopy in the end. So you get kind of streaky application, and it's just hard to drag it across the nail, and that's like a swatch stick. So it's as glossy as you're going to get for a smooth application. So I'm starting off by taking some acetone soaked cotton ball pad and removing all the gunk around the edge, because while I was transplanting it, I did not have a funnel. Things got a little messy, but I had cleaned up the outside of the bottle pretty nicely. But this will go a long way in helping it stay smooth as a formula when I put our next PPU product in it. So for the most part, I feel like it's clean. I've cleaned it off. There's no lenties sticking to it, and it almost looks new. So I'm also checking the inside of the cap, which there is no real goopy on the inside of the cap. So I can move on to my next step, which is adding in KB Shimmer's Restoration Drops Polish Thinner. So that is our next product for March PPU, and I think it's fantastic because it'll be $7 with no cap. You get 4 ounces of this thinner, and there is like no way that you're going to use it all up at one time, or even 3 times, or even 8 times. It goes a very long way. But yep, I spilled a little, but you're supposed to do like 2 to 3 drops and then shake it and then go back. I maybe did like 4, 5, or 6 because this formula, this polish had been through a lot, and I genuinely like the color, so I did not want to sacrifice that. But the thing about the restoration drops is they also work on flaky polishes. So if you're like me and your flakies are sitting there waiting patiently for you, and you open it up and you've got goopy, it's a good idea to go ahead and use some restoration drops because it replenishes the alcohol that has been evaporated from your polish. So I love how it changed the formula. Instead of it being hard to apply to the nail, it came out smoother and more consistent, which is what I'm looking for because I don't enjoy rough formulas. But again, that is going to be KB Shimmer's Restoration Drops. So one last thing, and that is Butterfly Kisses, the Balm-Er from Red Eyed Lacquer. I spared you all my insistence on overdoing it when I put it all over my hands like the last video, but this Balm-Er is based off of butterflies, magnolias, and it's named Butterfly Kisses. It's scented in peach, magnolia, and raspberries, which means you get all of the floral goodness with just a hint of sweet. And it's going to be $7.50 a jar, and there's going to be a cap of 100. But as usual, I love how this just melts into my skin. I don't know how Bianca does it, but I'm loving it. But that is it for me today. If you're part of my nail fam, thank you for your time. I appreciate you. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing and leave a like down below. Let me know if you all enjoy this kind of content, if you like live swatches and you want more of them. As always, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.